Have you ever looked at one of the big AI chat apps and just wondered, what does it really take to build something like that? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain. We're giving you the developer's blueprint, step by step, from the initial idea all the way to a responsible, real-world application.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, then we'll get into the actual build process. After that, we'll focus on what makes an app truly great, the user experience. Then, we'll learn how to make our AI a specialist. And finally, we'll cover the crucial last steps, making sure our app is high quality and safe.
Okay, first things first. Before we even think about code, we need to get our terms straight. You see, there's a world of difference between a classic chatbot and a modern generative AI chat app, and understanding that difference is absolutely fundamental.
And this lays it out perfectly. Over on the left, you've got your traditional chatbot. It's a workhorse, you know? It's rule-based, fantastic for simple, specific tasks like checking an order status. It follows a script. But on the right, that's a whole different ballgame. A GenAI app is context-aware. It can have open-ended, nuanced conversations because it's powered by a massive language model. It doesn't just follow a script, it can write the script as it goes.
So we know what we're building. Now let's talk about the how. And here's the really great news. You do not have to build one of these giant AI models from scratch. The smart way, the modern way, is to stand on the shoulders of giants by using the tools they've already built. And using these tools, these SDKs and APIs, is a huge strategic advantage. It lets you skip straight to the fun part, building your app's unique features. You're not reinventing the wheel. This means you get to market faster. Your app can scale up easily, and maintenance is a breeze, all while plugging directly into some of the most powerful AI brains on the planet. And what's really incredible is just how accessible this all is now. I mean, it basically boils down to these 3 simple steps. You get a key to unlock the door, you set up the connection, and you ask your question. That's it. This simple interaction is your gateway to immense computational power. The barrier to entry has never, ever been lower. All right, our tech foundation is solid. We know how to talk to the AI. But here's the thing. The best technology in the world is useless if it's frustrating to use. So now we have to shift our focus to the most important part of the equation, the human being using our app. For a GenAI app, there are 3 things you just have to nail. 1, what happens when the AI is a little vague? You need a way for the user to say, hey, can you explain that differently? 2, the app has to have a memory. It needs to remember what you were talking about 5 messages ago. That's context retention. And 3, personalization. The more the app feels like it gets you, the better the experience. And this is a perfect real-world example of that personalization. Think about the custom instructions feature in ChatGPT. You can tell it, hey, I'm a high school biology teacher, or I'm a senior software engineer who prefers Python. By giving it that little bit of context about yourself up front, every single answer it gives you from then on is way more relevant and useful. It's a game changer. And let's be clear, a great user experience is an inclusive user experience, period. We have to build our apps so that everyone can use them. That means things like high-contrast themes for visual impairments, text-to-speech options for auditory impairments, and solid voice command support for motor impairments. Technology should be for everyone. Okay, so a general-purpose AI is amazing. But what if you need more than a generalist? What if you need a specialist? An app for lawyers that speaks fluent legalese, or an internal tool for your company that knows all the project code names? This is where customization comes in. The main technique we use for this is called fine-tuning. Here's the best way to think about it. You're taking this brilliant model that's basically read the entire internet, and you're enrolling it in a PhD program. You're giving it a specialized education using your own private data, turning that brilliant generalist into a world-class expert in your specific field. And the process itself is actually pretty logical. You pick your base model, you feed it your specialized data, like your company's documents or medical journals, and then you adjust the hyperparameters. Think of hyperparameters as just the settings for the training process. You're telling it how fast to learn or how many times to review the material, which is called epochs. You set those dials, hit train, and out comes your new expert model. So we've built the app. We've even fine-tuned it into a specialist. We're ready to launch, right? Not quite. Our work isn't over. In fact, one of the most important phases is just beginning, making sure our app is effective, safe, and worthy of our users' trust. You see, quality isn't just one single thing. You've got the technical side, like making sure the app is always online, that's uptime, and responds quickly. Then you have to measure the AI's accuracy using metrics like the F1 score, which is just a balanced way of looking at how often the model is right.
And, most importantly, you have to track the human side of things with user satisfaction scores and error reports.
But a high-quality app has to be a responsible one too. And that starts with fairness. This means we have to actively look for and correct biases in our data and in the model's answers. Our system must treat everyone fairly, period.
Next up, reliability and safety. You wouldn't drive a car without brakes, right? Same idea here. We have to build in strong safeguards and content filters to prevent our app from saying or doing harmful things. It needs to be dependable and safe.
Third is privacy and security. And folks, this one is a deal breaker. People are trusting us with their data. We have an absolute obligation to protect it with strong security and be crystal clear about how we use it. Trust is everything.
Our fourth principle, inclusiveness, brings us full circle. It ties right back to that accessibility point we made earlier. A responsible AI is one that's designed from the very beginning to be usable and helpful for people of all backgrounds and all abilities.
Fifth is transparency. Now, AI can sometimes feel like a black box. We can't always know exactly why it gave a certain answer, but we can be honest about the system's capabilities and, just as importantly, its limitations. When users understand what the tool is, they trust it more.
And finally, accountability. At the end of the day, a human is responsible for the AI system's impact. That means having clear oversight, a process for fixing mistakes, and making sure that for any really important decisions, a human is always in the loop.
So there it is, the complete blueprint. We've gone from the core concepts and the code all the way to the ethical principles that separate a good app from a great one. The tools are there, the framework is there. The only question left is, what are you going to build?